So you eventually left Boss Hog Outlaws,
Hmm.
and you went to Paid in Full.
Right. Right.
Tell us about that transition from Boss
Okay.
Hog to Paid in Full.
Okay. The see the transition from Boss Hog to Paid Full, when me, Chamillionaire, and Paul Wall, we when I think it was after Boss Hog, Cam was like, we had a under the table conversation, and he was like, "Hey, twin, what's up, man?" He wasn't trying to say, "Hey, leave Boss Hog." He didn't tell me that not once, but he let me know they were doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "This down home blues over here, we go back since seventh grade, and we actually rock together."
Yeah,
We used to call each other on the phone as 12-year-olds. You know what I mean? Uh, Cam would put a tape in his. You know how the old school voice message systems used to be, where
oh
you had
yeah,
to put the
yeah,
tape in. Cam would play a tape, an instrumental, you know what I mean? And then we'd be on the phone rapping to it. So I'm like, this is a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? These are my bros. So boom, the Color Changing Clique was formed. We recorded at Omar Studio, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And at Sound Factory, you know what I mean? And so those CDs took off, and then but the transition with to Paying Full was Mad Hatter already knew about he already knew our resume. He knew that he had hard workers. Our names were already known. It was less work for him, and he had the radio pool. So Cam, being basically our financial advisor and businessman, he said, "Hey, y'all, let's go do this." You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so when Cam and Paul went to Pay in Full, I was good because I was on their CD, the Get Your Mind Correct CD. I was on Play Dirty. I constructed Play Dirty. Cam put on the beat and he was like, "Twin, can you do something with this?" I was like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? And I started contemplating like talk more trash than Ali. You know what I'm saying? Float like a butterfly. But whole Play Dirty concept, that was my idea. As far as Mad Hatter, see, the thing is, we were supposed to put out the Water Boys album after Cam's Get Your Mind Correct, Cam and Paul's Get Your Mind Correct, but
yeah.
some business that Chameleon that didn't agree with, it took place. And when Cam when Cam decided to leave, uh, I was like, I don't feel like I'm gonna be, just well focused on. And I also wanted us to do the Water Boys album, so I kind of detached from Paying For It too.
Yeah,
And
cause
much
that,
respect to Paying For establishments.
cause
Mad
that
Hatter,
um
that's the
that
big home.
that that Water Boys album cover was inside of Get Your Mind Correct.
It was.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
gonna be
that.
one of his main priorities. It was
Yeah,
gonna. I know for a fact we would have been the rap game Beatles. You know what I mean? And but I can't get technical with the way it happened, the business side.
yeah,
But I'm gonna just say that Southwest wholesale distribution shut down, and it put a glitch in the goal. It put a glitch in the goals that would be achieved as far as the albums being dropped. And
yeah. I actually spoke. Uh, I actually interviewed Crazy C, and that's what he said. He said the same thing. He was like, after Southwest Wholesale closed the doors, it
yeah,
kind of, everything
yeah,
else kind of fell through after that.
it
So
did. It did. Cam was hot at Mad Hatter. He was doing this songs on Hatter and everything. But you know, Hatter's good people, man. He really is. When what's his name? When Ricky Cricket passed away, me and J Dog went up to the studio to the 979, to speak on the behalf of him and his family, because people were raising money and keeping it and not to bringing it to his sister. And
wow,
but I saw Matt Hatter when I walked in, and he was like, "Twin, twin," and this dude picked me up, like hugged me like a little brother or something. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
Kiati also. Me and Kiati go back since age 18. You know what I mean? And they were happy. Man Hatter's good people. Him and Cat, you know what I'm saying? That was our road manager. Cat, much love to Cat, for real. And so crazy to see he produced on my album, Grown Man Style. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, I think Grown Man Style sold like 40,000, 50,000 copies anyway.
that was
But I
jamming
sold
too.
my rights over to them. You know what I mean? I was stupid. I was like, here, y'all can buy this from me. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Dre Tovin, much love to Dre Tovin, who produced on my album also.
Now you had a big single on that as well.
I didn't know it. I honestly didn't know it. No, I
We
honestly
knew
didn't
it.
know it. I had Ballin' is a Habit remix with Paul Wall Chamillionaire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, it was a hot album, and I can't say my style was futuristic. It's like I hear a lot of that in like Big Sean and Kanye West, the style that I was going for. But at that time, they were looking for the candy coat. You know what I mean? And I wasn't. I was a lyricist. I'm not saying I love balling and capping in my rhymes, but I was a lyricist, and the majors were like when they called me, they were gonna offer me like 500,000, 600,000, but they said just dumb it down a bit. Like basically create a radio single. And I was like, I think that's what I'm doing, but they wanted me to just talk about the candy coat and the rims. And the manager that I had, I found out that he was distributing my CDs without my consent. So that kind of blew the deal with me getting the deal with Universal because I disconnected from him.
Wow. So it was in the works, and he just messed it up.
Yeah, yeah. And
Was this
I
around the time everyone else was getting signed?
what's that?
Was this around the time everyone else was getting signed, like 04, 05?
It was definitely '05. It was '05. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cam had got to deal with Universal. I think Mike Universal, Slim Interscope, and so they had to help, but they already knew about me. And my CDs were being distributed throughout the United States already, also. And when I sent him my songs and Orbit that does videos, he took the pictures for the press kit and everything. And when I sent him my press package, you know what I mean. Uh, and some songs. Big Time from Switch House that produced The Day the Hell Broke Loose. I mean, the Big Ballin' Shot Calling. He recorded a lot of songs for me, and I sent it to him, and they were like, because I was talking about politics and different things. It was like, no, these are good songs, but we need more commercial hits. And before I could get that together, the guy I got on a bad note with the guy. You know what I mean?
Wow. After the whole paid in full thing kind of ran its course, we stopped hearing about 50-50, man. So what
Yeah.
happened, man? What happened
Man,
after
hey,
that?
I want to be straightforward, man. When see when we left paid in full, Chamillionaire started Chamillionaire, and what happened with Chamillionaire is, this is when he had the plex with Mike Jones. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I felt like I was over there for protection. You know what I'm saying? Because Chameleon actually knew about my Rock for Rock label. He knew it was more than just a label. He knew that I had people on my team. He knew I was about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when we would be in Florida. One day we were in Florida, in Pensacola, Florida, at Roy Jones Club, and this guy tapped me, and he said, "You 50-50?" I said, "Yeah, what's up?" And he showed me a gun, and he said, "Man, y'all good tonight." He said, "If anything go down, I got you." And Chameleon looked at me. He was like, "Twin." He whispered. He said, "Twin, you know them, dog?" I was like, "Nah." He said, "Dang." You know what I'm saying? I think the reason why Cam disconnected with me is one day I was on the block, and my homeboy got pulled over with some weed, and he didn't claim his weed. I went to jail. Cam bonded me out, and I jumped bond. You know what I'm saying? And that pissed him off because he's a businessman. He's a businessman. He don't like faulty business. He and I'm really sparing him because you know what I'm saying. On a personal note, it's been told that he actually wasn't too fond of my ways from the get go. It's just I was an artist on his label that had fans also. So
Yeah.
he already, I think he already had plans of cutting me loose as it grew. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. That's my boy, and I haven't heard from him. All his $500 million. I don't know where the hell he at, but if I
Man.
had $500 million, I'd reach out to one of my old partners. I really would. I ain't
Wow.
saying he had 500 million, but he's a businessman. He got a percentage of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
that anything dealing with the tech business, man, the tech world, you come up real fast there, man. You go
yeah.
from having a couple million to having a couple 100 million
Ten
overnight.
percent of that is 50, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So Cam is good, and my last time seeing Cam, uh, I was at church. This is true story. I was at church. The and Cam, I was with my little yellow hammer, or whatever, and then we sat by each other, during the service, and then we were walking out, and his wife walked to the car, and he and I were talking, and he said, "This is crazy." He said, "Twin," he said, "What you think about me and Paul linking up doing some shows together?" I said, "Bro, we the rap game Beatles, man." I said, "Do that," and his response was, Nah, I don't think now's a good time. You know what I'm saying? And but it's crazy they end up linking up anyway. So I was like, that's what's up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like real talk, like that's what's up, because that's how that's supposed to go. You feel me?
Yeah, it's
But
good
I'm
to see
saying,
brothers doing their thing, man.
yeah, it's the inside scoop that people don't know, man. And I promise you, I will give you the real. So you know, I'm just being honest, like Future say. You know.
Play dirty like a system mother before the game, and the coach wouldn't even let a player go change. Play dirty. I talk more trash than I leave.